Yeah, I'm from Franklin, Louisiana. So gun violence in the community, it affected me and my family really bad back in like around 2013. It was an incident where my cousin, he was actually murdered due to the gun violence in the area at the time. Um, and just a little backstory, he was a rapper, a local rapper, just trying to get his career off the ground. And they went out to a club, did a performance and everything. Guns were drawn and his life was taken, and that really impacted our family because we never had anybody in the family lost due to gun violence. So that shook us pretty hard. I think like in my younger years, I didn't really too much realize it at that time because as a kid, I feel like we're kind of like in our own little bubble, still trying to figure things out. Um, there was it was an issue then, but I feel like it's increased now with how society is going. Nobody's telling these men or even some women who do it that's not a lifestyle that you wanna go on with. So the root of that issue in my community, I feel like it's the system in a nutshell because they it's programs that we should have around the city that can bring that particular crowd in and try to steer them away from that street activity, picking up guns. We can be doing something constructive with them. We don't really just have any programs around in that area that will draw their attention from doing those things.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. So family does. I would say family has a major impact on it, especially if your family has a record, of doing these things, carrying the guns. It's just being taught to the kids, and they're picking up on this because that's all they see, that's all they know. So yeah, they want to carry out the same things. Not in my community in particular. Well, there was like so when my cousin passed away, his mom did start like stop the violence rally, and she did it every year. But she ended up passing away, so I don't know if they really continue doing that. But when they were implementing that, that was bringing a lot of the youth out and getting them to realize, that's just not the route that you want to go. Oh yeah, so yeah, I think it definitely did help. Cause like I said, so yeah, at the rallies they'll pretty much have like speakers come out. His mom spoke, and it was just like very heartfelt. So it kind of like shook that younger generation. It made them feel, you don't want to feel like this. You don't want your mother to have to get a call that say, their son is gone. With that, I feel like I just feel like everybody doesn't need a gun. Everybody doesn't understand the responsibility of having a gun. I feel like they should start by like taking all illegal guns off the street first, because if they're not tied to anybody's name in a legal way, we don't need that on the street, because those type of guns I feel like will be where we're getting most of this violence from with the gun violence. The people with the illegal guns, they don't have any like type of ownership behind them or whatever. So I feel like with that, education like is there to shape our minds, and if we don't have much of it going on, and these particular groups of people are not getting their minds, cultivated, they're just gonna fall off, and they want to do things like that because they don't have anything to encourage them to do better, and that's all they pretty much know. So if those programs would step up a little bit more and try to draw them in, I feel like the crime would go down. Just bringing everybody together, giving them opportunities, so that they'll know that it's other things that they can be doing, rather than shooting and killing. Because at the end of the day, that don't do anything but bring pain. Put the guns down. Be a leader, not a follower. Follow your heart. Chase after your dreams, but don't lose it all over wanting to shoot a gun. And just put it down and do better for yourself.